Welcome to today's press conference. We have a number of things we want to cover. I'm excited on a number of fronts. First of all, when you think about Drake, I think about blue, think about Hy-Vee, you think about red. When you mix blue and red, you get the color of Darren's tie, purple. But today we want to talk about going green. I'm excited about our partnership with MidAmerican. MidAmerican continues to be a strong partner. One of the things that we're going to have the pleasure of doing this year at the 2014 Drake Relays is utilizing clean energy sources. With the help of MidAmerican, the Drake Relays this year is going to utilize a number of renewable energy certificates that will offset the power source that we have for the Drake Relays. And so, in effect, the Drake Relays is going to be going green for the events in the stadium. We're proud of that. We're trying to raise the bar on a number of fronts. It also includes great partnerships like Hy-Vee, but also MidAmerican, that allows us to run an event that is clean. What's going to allow for that is some of the energy sources that's being provided right here in the state of Iowa, from Pomeroy Wind Farm, mainly out of the Pocahontas and Calhoun counties. Their efforts in clean and renewable energy sources is going to allow us to have a clean Drake Relay. So we're excited. I'm excited to announce that in many ways we are going green. So that partnership has continued to be strong. We look for it to continue in the future. Want to also mention that we do have one more event that we have not really talked about, and that's our women's 1,500 meter race. We're excited because we have really essentially a bronze medalist in Helen Obiri coming from Kenya, and she's going to battle in many respects. Brenda Martinez was 7th in the world. Shannon Robert was 8th in the world, and 10th in the world was Gabrielle Anderson, and they will vie for a rematch of the Moscow Championships here in Drake Stadium. One of the things that we can do on Friday night is this amazing promotion that we want to offer today. Right now, we are 10 days away from the Drake Relays in the stadium. 10 days, that number 10 is important for this announcement. First of all, we will have a promotion that in the next 10 days, we're going to have an opportunity for our fans to have a $10 Friday night ticket, which will be $10 off the original price of $20. So a promotion 10 days away, $10 ticket for Friday night, and anyone who purchased a Friday night ticket, whether it's during this promotion or if you purchase a ticket before now, you will be entered into a drawing that one person will win 2 tickets for the next 10 years. If you are that lucky person, you'll have a free take 2 tickets to the Drake Relays for the next 10 years. And it's going to come out of anyone who purchased a Friday night ticket. The deadline for that is April the 18th before midnight. So get in, get your tickets. It's a $10 ticket, a $10 discount. And for the next 10 days, you have an opportunity, at least till April 18th, to be a part of that promotion. So we're excited about that for our fans. Also, for the next, for $10, if you go to our website and you put in the promotional code Hy-Vee, you get that $10 purchase for Friday night. If you put in also the Hy-Vee road races and you put in the promotional code Hy-Vee, you also will get $10 off of any race. So you can do that again before April 18th. So we're continuing to push forward, we're moving forward, and we're excited about that. I want to also just mention that there's a lot going on in terms of these events in the community. We're still steady pushing towards the Drake Relays and the Hy-Vee high jump, pole vault in the mall. All those things are on pace, and we're excited that it's going to unfold shortly. Here to talk about some of the Hy-Vee road races, we have Mr. Darren Hurl. Darren is in many ways my partner in crime. We talk often, but at the same time, he's going to provide us an update on the Hy-Vee road races.
Thanks, Brian. We're really excited. I've said this before, and I'll continue to say this. Hy-Vee is so excited to be a part of the Drake Relays, and being the presenting sponsor of the Drake Relays. So, what I wanted to focus on a little bit was the last day of the Drake Relays and making that the premier event for the weekend, and that's on Sunday, the Hy-Vee road races. Just some updates to let the group know about today. The website has been updated in regards to the race course maps, so you can go out and visit HyVeeRoadRaces.com and look at the maps there. And the reason why that's important is because Brian and I and Bill Burke from Premier Event Management have worked diligently with the city of Des Moines to make sure that we have a fun, safe course for our fans, our participants, and the community can still obviously get around when you're closing down this many streets for a half marathon, a 10K, and a 5K. All 3 races this year are going to start in front of the Knapp Center. Last year they started in front of the stadium. We've moved that up to the Knapp Center to give us more room for the participants, and I'll tell you why, because we're really pleased with the numbers coming in this year. I also wanted to let you know the 10K race has changed just a little bit on the route. When you, as a participant, are running downtown, the half marathon goes south on 15th Street, and the 10K now is going to go straight on Grand Avenue and continue all the way to 28. So that's a little bit of a change for our runners this year, but we'll make it very interesting and fun for them. Also wanted to point out Bulldog Hill this year. I know Brian's talked about that in the past. We're really excited to see how that's going to play out this year, because the fastest male and the fastest female in each of the age groups is going to win a commemorative Porterhouse medal, which we're really excited to see how that's going to play out this year. Another thing, obviously, to have everybody finish on the Blue Hole on Sunday is going to be exciting as well. Along the course, the half marathon and the 10K and even the 5K, you're going to see 12 different bands and DJs out playing music to keep those runners in high spirits along the route, which we're pretty excited about. Start times, I just want to remind everybody of the start times. Half marathon starts at 7:30 a.m. The 10K starts at 8 o'clock, and the 5K starts at 10:30 a.m. And then there's a kids event that'll start at 10:45, and I'm going to come back to that a little bit at the end. Registration numbers, I think we're really excited to let you know today, we've already exceeded last year's numbers, and we still have 9 days to go, 10 days to go to register more athletes. And as the weather's starting to change, and I know we say that after Sunday, but as the weather's starting to change and we see the forecast for next week, that's when the runners start to get really excited about signing up. So we expect anywhere between 8,000 to 10,000 runners this year. Last year, it was just over 5,000. So we're really excited about that coming up this year. A couple other stats on the registration numbers. 29 states will be represented in the Hy-Vee road races, which I think is pretty exciting.
That's awesome.
7 countries. 50% of the runners this year are female, 43% are male. The average age, which I thought was interesting, is 36. And the oldest competitor this year is going to be, so far, is 87. So I think that's very interesting.
That's awesome.
On the elite field for the half marathon and the 10K, just to let you know, there'll be 9 individuals here from Ethiopia and 18 from Kenya, which I think is phenomenal. On the 10K, we'll see 2 from Ethiopia and 13 from Kenya. In total, the elite athletes, 43 males and 24 females, vying for one of the richest prize purses on U.S. soil at $140,000, which I think is pretty amazing. And to have the leadership from Drake Relays and the Hy-Vee road races, we're really excited about that. Before I turn it back to Brian, I do want to bring up the kids race that's going to happen at 10:45 after all the adults have gone off. Hy-Vee has come out with a new website called HyVeeKidsFit.com, and within that we're going to put on 19 kids road races across our 8 states, and those kids will get to qualify then to come back to the 2015 Drake Relays and work with Brian on a championship race. So we're really excited about that. So go out to HyVeeKidsFit.com to learn more. With that, I don't think I missed anything, so.
No, you
Brian?
did great. You did great. And one of the things that we continue to want to at least promote is the union, the partnership between the Drake Relays, Drake University, and certainly Hy-Vee. And I think as we continue to interlock arm in arm and go down this road, one of the biggest big focal points is going to be community. What can we do to engage our community, health, wellness, fitness? those are some very important aspects of our union. And so we're excited about where we're going from the Drake Relays, inclusive of the final day, Hy-Vee road races on Sunday. So, a lot to offer, but, we'll watch it all unfold here in a matter of 10 days. So thanks for coming. If you have some questions, we'll entertain some questions at this time.
Brian, could you touched on the 1500, could you recap some of the other races that, obviously you're excited about all of them,
Yes,
but some of the
yes.
other ones that have some maybe new elements or new competitors?
What I'm excited about in general conceptually is this idea of raising the bar. And I really feel like we've done it in every event. Just take an event, for example, like the 400-meter hurdles that we've talked about. I've talked more about the 400 meters because of LaShawn, Merritt, and Karani James. But if you take the men's 400-meter race, 400-meter hurdles, it is number 2, 6, 7, 9, 10, and 12 in the world that's in that race. And when you think about the concept of having 8 lanes and 6 of them are in the top 10 in the world, it suggests excellence, that no matter where you are, whether you're across the globe or in the backyard of Des Moines, and you're among excellence. And I think that's what we're intending to present. The shuttle hurdle relay continue to be intriguing. It continue to be an event that I think that hold your breath and just see. It's a lot of movement back and forth. Ideally, we're going to see from the gun an even race. When they come back, we're going to see an even race. When come back, pretty even, somebody start to pull away, and then something that no one thought would happen, and maybe a blanket finish in the end. That's the way I see it, and people losing their minds and trying to recap what they just saw. So I hope all the cameras are rolling. It has that kind of opportunity, and that's just one race. And most of all, whether it's that race or our high schoolers, or our university college vying for a Hy-Vee Cup, we're gonna see it. And if I'm close, if I'm in the community or in the vicinity, I want to see it all. And so I hope that our fans would come out. I think we had great weather last year. Why not do it again? And so I'm excited about all the events. The ones we bring to the community, like the Hy-Vee high jump, it's just fun. It's an exhibition. I think that there's enough curiosity out there to see really how is it going to lay out. I think some folks would be disappointed if they don't come, at least to see it. Within an hour and 45 minutes, hour and a half, it'll be good entertainment. And so hopefully those types of events continue to draw interest around the community. And if it does, speaking from the Drake Relays Committee, we'll continue to bring it. So it's part of the event for the week, and it's going to be fun. So we'll see. Any other questions?
Brian,
Yes.
the Friday night event Saturday's been for so many years seen as the big day. How do you try to have Friday now compete with that as such a big part of this?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
relatively new still.
Well, we are creatures of habit in terms of how we manage our time and our expectations. And Saturday remains a big day. It's the day of finals for every event, high school, college. We still have elite events. Friday night offers us a chance to kind of, start the weekend early. If you have a good Friday, your weekend is a little bit better. If you kind of miss Friday, weekend's short. So if you can get started and have fun on Friday night and just kind of have your hair on fire and just see the amazing events that just blow your hair back and you kind of gasp a little bit. Now you come Saturday and you filled. You completely filled, and then Sunday you come and you just blow it out by hopefully participating and getting involved. So I just see it as a crescendo all the way around. Friday night gives great potential because it's a different session. We have the Friday day session and a Friday night session, and that Hy-Vee night at the Drake Relays is a big focal point, but it's equally as important, I think, as Saturday from a traditional standpoint of having major finals and, the Hy-Vee Cup. We now moved in the schedule 3 events on Saturday. That's a part of the Hy-Vee Cup. Before it was the 4x1 and the 4x4. But we both have now the men and the women distance medley relays on Saturday. So we'll continue to see it build towards the finals, and hopefully we'll see something that's special about that. So I think both have the potential to still have its own place in the Drake Relays, both Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. That's a good question. Anyone else? Very good. Thank you. We'll both be available for some one-on-ones. It's always good to have our community show up. We're right there. So thank you all for coming. Appreciate it.